All right, guys. So before I go ahead and test the create method, let me just import my database tables and explain the relationships between my tables and the relationship between the tables. All right. So by the way, I'm using a program called Hide SQL as my database manager. But if you prefer PHP that's fine. You don't have to be using the same program that I'm using. Just that I personally prefer this one because it's I think it's easy to use and it's fast. You don't have to refresh the page or rerun the queries. All right, so let me go ahead and import my tables. So I have my tables already. By the way, I'm gonna include this file in the project zipped folder, so you can just download it and just import the tables, and that will import the tables and insert the data to your DB. So I have a database named my blog already. So if you're coding along, you might want to create this database before you run this SQL script. All right. Make sure you run it on the right DB. So make sure you create the DB and select it and then run the SQL script. All right. So let me just refresh. All right. So these are my tables. So I've got categories table, post table. All right. So this means that the cat ID means that, okay, this post belongs to this category, the category with the ID of 1, which is web development. And I've got comments, and I've got visitor name, comment body, and everything else, and the post ID. So now this means that this comment belongs to this post, post ID 1, which is wait, that should be 1. All right. So post 1. All right, so this means that this comment belongs to this post, and I've got replies, and this means that the comment this means that this reply belongs to the comment with that ID. So I've got the reply body, visitor email, visitor name, and the comment ID. And again, the comment ID means that this reply belongs to this comment. That should be 1, sorry. Okay, so that is my database and my tables. By the way, this is not a complicated database structure at all. I hope you understand everything. All right, so if you have any comments or queries, you can just leave me a question. I'll reply as soon as I get the question. All right, so now let's go ahead and test our create method. So on our test script, we want to pass, by the way, the keys on your data array should always match up with the columns of the data that you want to insert. With the columns, the keys on this array should always match up with the columns of the table that you want to insert the data to. All right. So in this case, for testing purposes, just want to insert a post into the posts table. All right. So we'll have a post content, and post title. The date created, we don't have to specify that. That will be handled automatically by either by the DB or PHP, but I'll just explain that later. Okay, so what else do we need? Post image, the cat ID. You can just say the cat ID is let's see. Let's just say the cat ID is 2. And what else do we need? Got the is featured field. So I'll explain this field later on. All right, just for now, let's not care much about it. I've got the is featured, and let's set it to 1. And okay, the user ID, you can just leave it for now. We don't care about it for now. All right, and let's change to content, the post title to I am a test title, and the post content, I am a test post content. All right, and now, so again, we pass the data array into the create method and pass the table that we want to insert the data to. All right, so the create method will go ahead and create and construct an insert statement for us based on the data array and the table that's passed as a parameter here. And then it will go ahead and execute the SQL insert statement along with the data. All right, now if we go ahead and run our test script, the create method should run and it should insert one new row into the posts table. All right, let's see. Let's refresh. Call to a member function prepare on a null. All right, let's see. Prepare. Okay, I think I see what's going on. And so inside our CRUD class, we need to prefix that with this keyword. Remember I said whenever we want to access a property of a class inside a method of a class, you always want to prefix it with this, all right, this keyword. All right, so that was the problem. So this con was not being initialized properly. All right, now if we refresh and refresh, cool. Now if we go to the posts table, we should now have a new row. All right, now for testing purposes, again, let's just insert just a reply into the replies table. All right, this time we'll just alter our data array. So for the replies, we need a reply body. And a visitor email address. So to avoid typos, let me just copy the fields. Need a reply body, visitor email address, and visitor name. Visitor name, and what else? Need a comment ID. For the body, let's just say I am a test body, and for the email address, we'll just say test@gmail.com, and visitor name, let's just say Doe John, and the comment ID, let's just say the reply belongs to comment 1. All right, and we want to insert that data into the replies table. And currently in the replies table, we only have one row. Right, now let's refresh, let's rerun the test script and check the replies table. We now have 2 rows. All right, so that is our create method. Now we're going to be able to use this create method throughout the project. So whenever we want to insert data into the table, now we'll just pass an array of data to be inserted, and the table will insert that data too. All right, and the create method will take care of the logic for inserting the data, all right, to the DB. All right, so that is the beauty of object-oriented programming. It allows you or enables you as a programmer to write reusable codes. All right. Okay, so hope you guys are loving the